everyone. Good evening. My name is Shay, and this is Shay's Tropical Island Hunts. I am the creator of this platform, and the reason that I decided to create this platform is to exchange spooky stories or real life hauntings that have happened in the Caribbean and other little islands throughout. I'm going to briefly talk about my experience with the paranormal. Originally, growing up, I'm from the Virgin Islands, St. Croix. When I was growing up, I really had a big interest into the paranormal from small. I remember just questioning, just what's going on out there, where things come from. I was always curious. What happens after death, or you know, moving along. So it all started. I can remember in elementary school between first and second grade, you normally when you get in the morning, you have to read a book, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I would always run for the scary stories. I would run for Goosebumps or Hauntings of America, just anything spooky or with spirits. Have no reason why, because I'm afraid of them thing, and I don't really want to see those things in real life at this time, of course. But it just always piqued my interest. So, later on down the road, I always stay tuned to like different people tell hauntings and stuff. And it was mostly American traditional stuff. And I got tired of that. Who wants to listen to American traditions or American stories? Don't get me wrong, it's interesting, but it's played out. Bigfoot. Played out. So I know, coming from the Caribbean, we all have some kind of encounter with the paranormal. I know, especially in the Virgin Islands, being that, we have a lot of slave plantations, we have a lot of experiences. Things are there, spirits are there. And I just feel in general, just Caribbean people have just a natural spiritual connection. It's just something about like, oh, well, my intuition, my spirit don't tech you, or my intuition, you know, is is on, or something tell me don't do this, or I have this budge, or I had this dream. But it really happens a lot in the Caribbean community. So I just decided that I'm gonna go ahead and create a platform where we can talk about it. Another reason why is because people may have experiences and never said anything. Probably it wasn't spoken about in their household. Maybe they thought they were crazy, or somebody will shut them off and make them think that they're crazy so they wouldn't talk about it. So that's when I said, hey, I was grateful, growing up in my household. We had a lot of spiritual encounters, and I could have talked about it with my family. It was never out of the ordinary. It was more normal than anything else growing up. And just where we grew up to, it wasn't like we lived in a haunted house, but we did have some little paranormal activity now and again. The TV would turn on, the front door would open and close on its own with no wind. I've been pushed a couple times home by myself. But we're not gonna get into that tonight. So I'm just saying this is a platform where you have had an experience. Please be. You can share it. It's okay. You can be totally anonymous. I have in the link below where you can actually contact me with your stories. And if you don't have a story of your own, maybe you've heard a story from a friend, a family member, a loved one, and you can move from there. So the email listed below is tropicalislandhaunts@gmail.com. You can type your story in and you can send it to that email. Or if you don't care to type, that's probably too long of a story, I do have a call line that you can call. It is speakpipe.com/Shay's Tropical Island Haunts. And it's also the link below. And it's super easy to use. All you have to do is click the link below. And when you click the link, it'll take you directly to the page. When you first get on the page, it is going to ask you to record your message. You can briefly leave a short story recorded, or you can just briefly, Just type into the message box, hey, my name is so and so. I want to remain anonymous. On this story, can you please share my story? And that's totally fine. If you want to leave an email, I would, briefly respond and say thank you for your support and sharing your story. You can remain anonymous. I just asked when you do call, you do have a maximum limit of 5 minutes. If your story is longer, that is no problem. When that recording ends, you simply just end it. You can send that first recording. You can actually play it back first and hear it and see if that's what you want to do. Then you can send that recording and then record a new one. But just in your new recording, just state, hey, this is the continuation of this story. And then just pick up where you left off and so forth. Um, Other than that, I just ask that you speak clearly into the recording so that we all can hear you because not everybody might be from the Virgin Islands or any kind of Caribbean island. I do have family and friends and supporters in the States. And also for my stateside, you can also call in or share your story as well. Maybe you were traveling and you had an experience and you would like to share. Or maybe you have your own local legend in your town or where you grew up and you had an experience. All stories are welcome. I just really just I indulge into paranormal and I just love it. And I just want to create a new platform where we all can enjoy it as well. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into the what we are really here for. My story, my one of my stories, as the title stated above, when I got attacked by Jumbie. So this is was not the first time it's happened. I've had numerous attacks growing up. I don't have them anymore. I've learned how to be stronger. I pray and protect myself. So I just kind of outgrew that. They don't bother me anymore. But this was something in particular that happened one day. I was in high school. I'm not going to talk about how long ago that was, but I was in high school when this happened. And during that time, it was a weekday. I believe it was exams. It was exams that day. So it was a half day. We got out of school maybe like 12. And so what school I used to go to, I caught a taxi because, you could catch a bus, but I used to catch my little $2 taxi and go home. And my siblings were also in the household at the time. So we all were home early. All of us were probably home probably by 2 o'clock. And I only had two siblings, so my two sisters. Um, and so we were all home. My mom was working at this time. And, just like any parent, you get out of school early, you get chores. They need to be done before she come home. But I already knew she wasn't going to come home anytime soon. So I decided to go take a nap. Yeah, that's what I decided to do. So let me just briefly describe my house, how it was set up so you can kind of better understand my story. So when you first come in the front door, it's a living room. And when you go past the living room, say you just coming straight in, there is a hallway. Now down this hallway, there is a bathroom to your right hand side. You go further down the hallway, there's a bathroom to the left. A bedroom, a bedroom to the left. Straight down the hallway, directly in the hallway, there's another bedroom. So you can see that bedroom going down the hallway. And then there's another bedroom to the right hand side of the bedroom that's directly down the hall. My bedroom was the room straight down the hall. During this time, I had this thing. Well, actually, I still have it. I mean, I don't know. Probably everybody don't do it, but I do it. I like to move my bedroom around. I hate seeing the same scenery. I get bored after a while. I need change. So this particular time, how I set up my bed, I had my bed facing towards the door. That was something I didn't really have a care for, but I just was tired of looking at the same room. I done it every other position. And so I was like, okay, I'll try this. I gotta be a big girl. I gotta be brave. Because like I said, little stuff used to happen. We hear little footsteps here and there coming down the hallway and stuff. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, at least I could see down the hallway at nighttime when the light's on. But then at the same time, even though I can see down the hall, I was more scared of if I see something. And I ain't want to see nothing because I'm a big scaredy cat. I love paranormal, but me not want it to happen to me, okay? Not me. I don't want it to happen to me at all. So, long story short, it's daytime. So I'm like, yeah, I comfortable. This is daytime. I could take me a little nap. this would be easy peasy. Everybody home, it's early, no problem. So I probably took a nap for maybe an hour, hour and a change, but it felt longer, Like I said, I had exams that day, so I was busting my brain, and I felt like I needed a nap to get this over with, right? So I'm waking up from my nap now. Now I'm rolling over, but even though I'm just waking up, I'm still just in bed, just laying down. Then I felt something in my toes. So normally, because I've had these previous attacks, I know it was coming. And so growing up too, you just hear stories of folks will just tell you, yeah, when Jumbie come, you got cuss them off, you got pray, you can either pray, you could cuss them off, and they'll leave. So I already knew what was gonna happen, but this time I already know, prepare myself. Normally, when an attack happens for me, I used to get stiff, so I could feel it from my toes coming up, and it will come all the way up to my head, and I'll just get a lot of stiffness. So it's tingling vibes, and then I'll just get stiff. The only thing I can move is my eyes and my fingers. So I was like, dang, this thing coming. Let me just prepare myself. Hopefully this attack don't be long. I can just cuss your ass off. You ain't staying here long today. You know what I mean? This gonna be quick. Normally as well, when these attacks happen, sometimes they will weigh heavy on my chest, which I find to be normal with other people that I've heard, that got, attacked from a Jumbie. Make you feel like you can't breathe, just kind of like somebody sitting on your chest. It was never long enough to kill me. It was just long enough to weigh me down. Um, if nobody know what a Jumbie is, it is a dark evil spirit. We just call it that. Sometimes they will just say it's a person that can turn into a spirit and leave their skin behind, and they can get into your house and do other things. It was very uncommon to happen during the day, but I've had a couple attacks during the day. So I was like, what Jumbie flying so early in the day? On top of that, too, people may say this is sleep paralysis. No, ain't sleep paralysis. I was wide awake, and I know what I felt. I mean, at the same time, with these attacks as well, you can't talk. You may feel like you're holding a whole conversation, but nobody can hear you. But you're wide awake. I'm wide awake. I can see everything that's going on around me in my surroundings. I'm wide awake. This is not sleep paralysis. So normally, sometimes after an attack too, let me just state this: after an attack, I would get bruises. Sometimes on my arms or my legs, and they never used to hurt, but they just used to be a lot of bruises on me, and the bruises sometimes would be like this big, pretty big, and it was just weird. So I just sprayed them off. So long story short, getting into the story, right? Yeah, this thing crawling up on me now, right? Don't position myself, saying, yeah, this thing gonna happen. I gonna cuss your ass off today. So as this is going on, I'm praying and I'm talking and telling this thing, oh, you're not gonna have me today. Is this the end for you? This ain't gonna happen. Like, you think you gonna last long? I get something for you. I'm not afraid of you. Like, this, you can't scare me all the time. I'm over it. I'm not afraid. So my sisters were in the living room at the time. And like I said, my mom was at work. So maybe because I was sleeping maybe an hour and change. But when you take a nap, you don't really know what time it is. I heard the front door open. When the front door opened, I heard my mom's voice. So I'm like, perfect. She's home. And I ain't do nothing she asked me to do. So I know she gonna come down this hallway and she's gonna get on me. I done hear she again and my sister's in the living room. Briefly, like she's just getting on to them. And I say, yeah, yeah, she asked for me yet? Like, how come she ain't coming on looking for me? Where's she at? Where's she at? How come she looking for me? So now I hear her moving towards the hallway, coming down the hall. And I'm like, like I said, the hallway, how it's facing down, my bedroom is straight down the hall. You can see me. So hopefully she could see me and then say, hey, what are you doing in the bed? Da 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 da. Get up, whatever. This is what I was thinking. But no, she not once paid attention to me. And normally, sometimes, even when you're in an attack or when I'm in an attack and I'm being held down, one way that if me praying and cussing sometimes won't get it off, the minute somebody call my name or show interest towards me or come in the room or just draw their attention my way, it will let loose. So I expecting her to just come down the hallway to let loose. So even though she coming down the hall, even though she probably didn't see me yet, I was saying, well, how come this thing still holding on to me, man? Like, what going on here? So she coming down the hallway. Instead, she went to the bedroom that's on the left hand side. So she made a left into that room. And I was like, no, why she did that? Oh gosh, man. Like, man, now we're gonna be stuck with this thing. So I was like, it's okay, ha ha ha. My mother coming. She coming, you know? Because like I said, Caribbean people have a spiritual, gift. Their intuition is very strong. And my mom's intuition is very strong. So just her presence around, I would just figure she would something would just sense or tell her to come in there. Just something would bring her to my room. So she's taking very long in this room. But I telling this thing, like, yeah, my mother coming. She coming right now. You're done. This over with for you. You can't be here too long. You think you get me? No, you lose. Well, I heard the thing laughing, okay? It laughed in my ear. I swear it was weird, but even though it laughed after me, I already know I'm in this state, so I already know what it is. So I can hear it laughing. And it was like a devious laugh, but I was laughing back like, ha ha ha, yeah, joke on you. Because like I said, you got to go. You got to go. This ain't gonna last long, you check? Well, it let loose eventually, probably a couple of seconds or minutes afterwards, when I noticed my mom didn't come in the room. And so I was like, yeah, gone. So now the first thing I do is shout for my mom. So I was like, Ma, Ma. And I ain't hear no reply. But like I said, though, even though I shout, I gone. Gone out the room. Gone. I came back, but I really know I was scared. I gone. Straight down, gone in the room looking for, she's not in the room. So my sisters heard me and they were like, Ma's not here. And I was like, yes, she is. Like, I saw her come in and come down the room. What do you mean she's not here? I saw her come in the room, like come down the hall and come in the house. And I heard her voice, like she was cousin. I was like, no, she never was here. So they were watching me like I'm weird. And I had to go look in the driveway myself to make sure. I know I ain't going crazy and I know what I saw because I was wide awake. I was waiting for this thing to leave. Her car wasn't there. Her car was not there. So I got scared and I told them what happened. And of course, I called my mom and asked her when she's coming home because I was scared. And I want my mother to be home, like I said, because the house was just very interesting. And you always felt safe when she was around, though. Like, nothing could harm you. Regardless or not, even in the house, nothing can harm you. But you just have a sense of something or somebody's there, not a bad spirit. But with all these things happening, I was just always scared that, it could be more. So that was one of my attacks that happened. Um, and I don't think I got a bruise that time. I don't really don't think the attack happened for long. But I know most of the time when it do happen at night, maybe sometimes too when I'm in a heavy sleep, I may not have noticed the bruise, for that long. But I mean, or noticed or felt anything, but I woke up with bruises. But yeah, that's my story. So if you stay tuned, if you do like this and you want to see more of this, please like it, follow me, subscribe to the page. You can also post a comment. Tell me your brief stories or interactions. I have more to come. I have more to come. I already have stories lined up for you guys in my next video. I have stories from Trinidad, from the Virgin Islands, like I said, St. Thomas, St. Croix, Mexico, Grenada. You name it, I have it. I get duppies, mami wata, sukuyant, all hag, whatever you want, call it. We know these things is out here. We know it's real. And I'm going to bring light to this. I just think it's interesting we don't talk about it as much. And these things happen. And we really do have a deep history in the Caribbean about this. I'm not trying to knock any other culture. And if you're from any other culture and you have stories, please share. But we know these stuff exists. There's more to just Bigfoot, stories out there. So yes, just stay tuned for the next video where I'll be telling you